Hello students, welcome to Learn Vectors. Today we'll be starting with yet another interesting topic, and that is body fluids and circulation. Now before we start this chapter, let me first introduce you to two terms which are involved in this chapter. The first is body fluid and second is circulation. So let us first talk about body fluids. Now what are body fluids? Body fluids are any liquids which are produced or synthesized and secreted within the bodies of living organisms. And these living organisms can be humans, animals, and small microbes. So this is the easiest meaning of body fluids. Now there are n number of body fluids present inside the human body. But to name some of them are blood, lymph, cerebrospinal fluid, milk, saliva. So there are n number of body fluids which are present in the body. Now these body fluids play a major role. Let us consider the example of blood. So if we see, blood transports many things to each and every cells of the body. That is why blood is the primary connective tissue of human bodies. To be more specific, blood transports nutrients, that is glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins and minerals to each and every cell. The second thing that blood transports is the respiratory gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. The third thing is hormones. Now there are many endocrine glands present in our body, and these endocrine glands secrete hormone which are carried by the blood to their target organ. The fourth thing is water. Blood also carries water and minerals to each and every cell of the body. The fifth thing is intermediate metabolites. There are many intermediate metabolites which are synthesized during various reactions that take place in our body. For example, lactic acid or acetyl-CoA. So these are some of the intermediate metabolites. And the last thing is the blood carries metabolic wastes which are produced by the cells during their process of respiration. And these metabolic wastes are urea, uric acid and ammonia. So all in all, we can say that blood has some serious roles to play inside our body. The second important fluid which is present inside our body and which is derived from the blood is the lymph. Even lymph carries fats from the digestive system to the blood. This is the second important thing that the lymph carries, that is proteins. The third important thing is that it carries bacteria towards the lymph nodes where they are finally destroyed, because lymph consists of white blood cells, and white blood cells are involved in destroying and basically degrading all the bacteria and microbes that enter in our body. So we can say blood and lymph, both of them transport many things. Now let us come to the second part or the second term of this chapter, that is circulation. Now circulation basically means to and fro movement of something within a closed system. Now let us consider this something as the blood. Now blood passes through the circulatory system. Now the closed system is the circulatory system, and that something is blood. So blood passes to each and every cells of the body. Now when we try to analyze the proper sequence of blood flow, we can see that blood initially flows from the heart. It then enters into the arteries, and arteries carry oxygenated blood. After arteries, the blood enter into the arterioles, which are small arteries. And after the arterioles, blood then passes to the capillaries, followed by venules, which is followed by veins, and then the blood finally returns back to the heart. So you can see that there is a cycle of events, that is, the blood starts its flow from the heart and returns back to the heart. So this entire process is called as circulation. Now that you are aware and you are familiar with both the terms of this chapter, that is body fluid and circulation, let us discuss what we'll be covering in this chapter. The first thing that we'll be covering in this chapter is the composition and properties of the blood. The second thing is composition of lymph. The third thing is the structure and function of various organs of the circulatory system. The fourth thing is the mechanism of circulation of blood. How does blood exactly circulates? What is the mechanism involved in it? All we'll be studying in this subtopic. And the fifth and the last subtopic that we'll be covering in this chapter is the disorders which are related to the circulatory systems. So these 5 subtopics are what we are going to cover in this chapter. So let us start with the first subtopic of this chapter,